Hello my good people, welcome back to our channel. We are here again with more updates, and this one concerns you and it concerns me. The news is about Nnamdi Kanu. Aloy Ejimakor, they did cancel, giving us updates of what is going on with Nnamdi Kanu, how God intervened in Nnamdi Kanu's case, and the initial plans of Nigerian government when they got to Kenya and when they saw him.
My name is Aloy Ejimakor, speaking on my own behalf. My name is Aloy Ejimakor. I'm the special counsel to Nnamdi Kanu and the indigenous people of Biafra. And I'm speaking to you from a location in Nigeria. The man, Nnamdi Kanu, is well known. He's everywhere. He's on Wikipedia. He's an internationally acclaimed freedom fighter. But there's just a few things I need to tell you about him. What brought him to limelight was the formation of the indigenous people of Biafra in the United Kingdom in 2012. Simultaneously, he also founded Radio Biafra. And these two organizations were aimed at one thing: liberation for the people of Biafra, or restoration of the former Republic of Biafra that went defunct in 1970. The right to self-determination is a right that is guaranteed internationally, domestically, and continentally. It's within the black letters of Nigerian law at Article 20 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. The right to self-determination is guaranteed. So the formation of IPOB did not break any law. Not laws of United Kingdom, not international law, not Nigerian law. But guess what? When Nnamdi Kanu, who was born in Nigeria, but who acquired British citizenship later on, came to Nigeria in October 2015, the government of President Muhammadu Buhari, which had come to power in May, decided to arrest him. He was not arrested between 2012 and 2015 because the government of the day at that time understood that self-determination is not a crime. But the government that came into power in 2015 in May decided that self-determination is going to be treated as a criminal activity. So he was arrested in Lagos. He was charged for treason, also for insulting the president and illegal importation of ready equipment. 3 charges. The treason one, they split it into 2, treason by himself and treason by conspiracy. This thing went on from 2015 until April 2017, when he was eventually granted bail. So he was detained for nearly 18 months. After granting him bail, he returned to his ancestral home in the southeastern part of Nigeria, and he was enjoying his bail when suddenly, between 10 September and 14 September 2017, the Nigerian army, without any justification whatsoever, levied lethal, massive military operations against Nnamdi Kanu's ancestral home. That day, he was sitting at home with so many people, his family members, including his 2 elderly parents. The attack was lightning, it was a bleakridge, it was massive, and it was not the type of an attack you will expect a national military force to levy on a civilian location. But they did. At the end of the day, 28 people lost their lives. Nnamdi Kanu sustained injuries. His parents sustained injuries as well, but somehow, by the grace of God, they all managed to escape. From there, the rest is history. And because there was a national and international manhunt for him by the security forces, which rules of engagement was to shoot, not to maim. If you see Nnamdi Kanu, if you encounter him anywhere, shoot not to maim. Not to maim, but shoot to kill. That's what they went there to do on 10 September, but they didn't succeed. Flee.
Biafrans, I believe we got the news, we got the information. I didn't want to interrupt video, but I have to at this point. It's very important to get it. The reason why Nigeria Army, police, DSS, whatever, all the military forces and armed forces went to Nnamdi Kanu's house was shoot aside. If you see him shoot, no miss. You heard Aloy Ejimakor, barrister Aloy Ejimakor, say it directly from his mouth. The one reason why they went there was to kill him. Shoot! If you just sight him, shoot! That was why they shoot down 28 able-bodied, gallant Biafrans. 28 to maybe 8 at the spot. They shoot down, they shot down, they killed 28 men. Men that are men. Men that stood up for what they believe. Men that stood up and said, no, over my dead body will you get to Nnamdi Kanu. And they were brought down. And if not for them, maybe by now, Nnamdi Kanu would have been dead. But they decided to pay the price with their own blood to keep Nnamdi Kanu on to fulfill the mission, to bring the mission to accomplish point. And today, that's why we are here. So those people, those 28 people, and every other person that have died for this cause, their blood will not be in vain. If it is only for restoration of Biafra, I think that will appease their blood. But I want us to remember that the only one reason why Nigerian armed forces went to Nnamdi Kanu's house was to shoot at him, kill, don't miss, don't miss. That was the reason why. We continue.
The municipal boundaries of Nigeria in search of safe haven overseas. When Nnamdi Kanu was abducted on 19th June 2021, the proper thing that should have been done is to take him to a police station, from there to a court. And then if you wanted him back in Nigeria, you subject him to what is called extradition proceedings. This is a basic tenet of the law that you see in the laws of any nation. Kenya has an extradition act to which Nnamdi Kanu should have been subjected. But guess what? They didn't do that. They rather disappeared him for 8 days, tortured him to their heart's content. And on 27th June, they secretly brought him out from this location and took him through the back doors, evading Kenyan immigration, direct to the tarmac of Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, Nairobi, where a private plane was waiting. They bundled him into the plane, chained him to the chair, and everything. He endured 5-6 hours flight.
Did you hear that? He sit down in the train, in the plane, I mean to say, sorry. They bundled him into the plane, threw back. They whisked him away, and from the behind, because the original plan, I talked this in before. I don't talk this in last year, but I can't remember the exact date. That is why I tell you that God Almighty in heaven speak with anybody he chooses to speak. God can speak through anybody. If God in heaven can speak through a donkey, he can speak through anybody. I talk the original plan was to kill him in Kenya, and they could not succeed. The original plan also in Afaruku, when they invaded, was to kill him, wasn't to arrest him, wasn't to catch him, no, to kill him. But they missed again. Then they took him inside the plane and they sent him inside plane. Though you know that there is no way he is going to run from inside the train with handcuff on his hands. Handcuff. They handcuffed him and still they use Shannon for shear where he sit down. 8 hours.
From Nairobi to Kenya in the most excruciating circumstances. They arrived in Nigeria late in the evening and the plane flew back to Nairobi. They took him to the headquarters of the National Intelligence Agency in Abuja, where he spent the first night with all the lights left on to assure his maximum discomfort. The following day, they transferred him to the headquarters of Director of State Security in Abuja. And on the third day, they brought him before the Federal High Court in Abuja. The Federal High Court was well aware that Nnamdi Kanu has counsel of record. It was an open case, it wasn't a new case, a pre-existing case. But the Federal High Court decided to conduct the arraignment in violation of his constitutional right to counsel. And that arraignment led to the indefinite detention with which we are struggling today. So while his criminal trial was making its way slowly at Abuja, with all the several amendments the government was bringing, they walked away from treasonable felony, insulting the president, importation of radio equipment, and bam, to terrorism. That's how it happened. And they did this 7 times. 7 amendments. They just want to get as many years of jail time out of him as possible because they know that with the evidence available, conviction will be impossible. And that was made worse by the extraordinary rendition, which I took also as a civil violation to a federal high court in Nigeria. And in October 2022, the federal high court came down with a judgment that extraordinary rendition was a violation of his constitutional rights, his fundamental rights, and they awarded him 500 million Nigerian naira. That's about $800,000. So all around, everywhere that this matter has gone to, including in July 2022, before the Human Rights Council at the United Nations, the Human Rights Council, United Nations, came down with an opinion that what happened to Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya and that brought him to Nigeria is a very grave violation of international law. And they directed that he should be released unconditionally. Nnamdi Kanu is a poster boy for all the injustices that a great race, the Igbo people, and their cousins in the former eastern Nigeria have been subjected to since the founding of Nigeria. These injustices became more public because since 2015 they have been escalated. I thank you profusely and I ask you to, when you leave Washington Press Club today, I want you to speak up for Biafrans, speak against their persecution, speak up for the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu, and may God bless you for that. Again, my name is Aloy Ejimakor, Special Counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, speaking to you today, May 25th, 2023. Thank you very much.
The man Nnamdi Kanu will not die because it is not in the record of God that he will die now or in the hand of his enemies. Well, the proofs are here, not hidden, because their initial plan when they got to Afaroku was to kill him at sight. And their initial plan in Kenya was to kill him at sight. But how God does it, that they only end up torturing him and bringing him back to Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu is on a divine mandate. Yes, God is using him to accomplish a very big task, very hard task, like the one he did in Egypt. That's exactly what is playing out. And Biafrans, please keep praying for Nnamdi Kanu. You just need to keep doing that because prayers have no limit. Go ahead and keep praying. God will answer and intervene. The same way he has not allowed them to kill him, the same way he will free him. That is God for you. Thank you very much for your time on this very channel. It will never ever be taken for granted. God bless you.